Hi, this is Jay Norris, author of Mastering the Currency Market and host of Live Market Exercise at Clovernest.com. Welcome to the report. Before we get to the charts, I need to point out that trading futures and Forex is a risky endeavor and not suitable for all investors. These are real-time market snapshots and may not be replicated going forward. First market we're looking at is the Australian US dollar. The Aussie USD, the dip was worth buying today. You did fish around below that daily directional line. However, you closed pretty strong. Boy, this market's real close to a breakout, isn't it? I think a close above 102 could open the door to the upside. It's really touch and go here. So many of these markets are wound up similar to this, so you got to think something's going to happen. Something's going to blow. Here's the Euro US dollar. Euro US dollar was very strong today. Very powerful rally during the London session, and then they followed through again in the US session. And here's a market that does actually look like it's breaking out. You're breaking out above the Feb high. It doesn't look like there's much stopping you in the way. There's the, oh, well, not quite. Let's see there. Let's hold off now. Ho, almost. Wait, let's put that line on there. But you're very, very close to a breakout at any rate. There's the proper line. Well, it's iffy, touch and go. But if you can clear that line, it opens the door to the monthly resistance to the November high all the way above 142. So that's going to be something to watch. Here's the pound. Pound was very strong today also. Let's see if that pound closes above its monthly line. That was another resistance level. All these majors are really bumping up against resistance. When I see a market clawing its way through resistance, I tend to want to be long it because if the resistance is going to hold, it'll go up there the first time, it'll get rejected. See how it was rejected here? But it was a very shallow retracement right there. Now it came back to it, even smaller retracement. Now it came back to it a third time. You're through it now. To me, that tells me I want to be long. So, I try to be as objective as possible, but count me amongst the bulls here. Very, very interesting setup. So let's just see how it comes about. Interestingly enough, the non-farm payroll is Friday. That's still a very, very big number, the U.S. employment number. So, we're coming up on Thursday tomorrow. So we're already nearly the end of the week, and it'd be hard to commit to these levels ahead of that non-farm possibly. So, boy, it's really an interesting week now. Very fascinating, very fascinating. Hey, let's go to dollar CAD. A good buddy of mine told me he saw a bullish divergent bar on this chart. Let's see what he was talking about. Well, 97, well, that was 2 days ago. It looks like that's what he was referring to. Pretty small bullish divergent bar. Generally, you want to get at least into the upper half, if not the tip top of the previous candle. So I wouldn't see that green candle as being that bullish. Potentially support at 97 late in the week. Again, ahead of unemployment, you could easily see a short covering rally. However, the monthly down, the weekly down, the daily still down also. So overall, longer term, you want to look for lower prices. However, over the short term, maybe intermediate term, you could have a hiccup and give you a short covering rally. Here's the dollar chief. Dollar Chief's breaking down too. Now, finally, you had that very tiny little ranges that I was talking about where just price gets compressed and there's no activity. You try to break below that. I wouldn't want to be long here on a position basis, although that would be the only I wouldn't want to be short on a position basis, although that's the only direction you could play it from. But as I was saying all week, I wouldn't be shy about playing this on the short side as a day trader and going for those intraday slaps down, but I would not want to be positioned short overall. And I'm probably wrong on that too. I mean, that doesn't mean it can't go lower. It's all lined up to be lower. To me, there's just the risk reward on that trade. I think the lower you go, the higher the risk for shorts and the smaller the reward for shorts. Here's dollar yen. Continued indecision in dollar yen. What is that? 3 days in a row where you had essentially dojis, where you had that very small body. Just no push here. This market's kind of it's the epitome of indecision here. Would love to see one more slash down to the 80 even level. Give us a gut check of that historic support down there and see what happens. U.S. stock market. U.S. stocks coming back pretty good today. Well, where we're at. Actually, they didn't come back so good anyway. They must have come off late in the day. So, you know, I'll tell you what, the short-term trend is down, and the daily chart now, you're below your weekly directional line. Doesn't necessarily mean the weekly trend is down, though, because but you do happen to be below the weekly directional line, that white line, and this is the key level that we're going to look at right here. Oh, that is pretty close. Yeah, that's really touch and go. So if you close below this line, you're going to shift that weekly lower, and that would indeed be significant. So there you go. That's newsworthy right here. Very, very touch and go here, U.S. stock market. It's interesting to me because it'd be hard to see those majors running with stocks going south. So, hey, let's take a look at the U.S. dollar. And then we'll wrap it up. Fascinating that the stock market's walking the line like that. Certainly due for a correction in the U.S. stock market. It's just the hardest thing in the world, calling corrections in a bull market, though. There's the dollar index. You know, it looks technically like you have some more downside there. Wouldn't mind seeing them flush this guy down to that monthly level either. 74 and change, 74 and a quart. 75 and a quart, I'm sorry. So 76 even, call it the fig. You know, you got support at the figure there. So this is really the billion-dollar question. If you get the dollar index down here to hit historic support, if you get dollar yen down there at historic support, you know, does that hold? And likewise, you know, you still have you're bumping up against historic resistance in all these majors too. So something's going to give. And when it does, hey, we'll be here to report on it. Thank you very much. My name is Jay Norris. Look for my new book, Mastering Trade Selection and Management. And that's on Amazon right now. You can pre-order, but it'll be in bookstores in May. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you back here tomorrow. Yeah, Thursday we'll be doing it. Okay, thank you.